Okay, yeah. So what we will do is we will just scroll up. Instead of using the same README file we had in the project, we'll use this README file because this was, the sort of a boilerplate thing. It had everything from basic, and we'll keep it as it is. This we generated on Monday because, yeah, this is where we started. So after that, I only added this prompt. Can you write a Git repo description and a killer name for this project? So it said name of the project is prioritize, and this is a so-called killer description for the repo. I just copied and pasted it into the repo before we push the code to it. So I've copied the README file. I'll go and so now this is cursor. I've just opened cursor, and I have a pro version of cursor, which means I have paid for it. So we will not, you know, will not be thrown into a. So let's call it prioritize. And we'll open it. So as I was saying, I have a pro version of cursor, so we don't have to be, keep looking for how many messages we have sent and what is the remaining part of the context window and how we are going to manage that. We can just keep working on it, give it prompts the way we used to do, and it should be able to do the task. So we'll create a file same as we did last time, readme.md, and we'll paste everything that I've copied. Just making sure that it doesn't have anything that we created afterwards, and it's the same readme file that we had with VS Code.
Background voice is from Akshay.
Sorry.
The background voice is from you.
Okay. Yes. Is it the vehicles or
Yes, I have heard the vehicle sound passing
okay?
and bit of disturbance.
Okay. Just let me just close the door and move. Just a minute. Let me just move to a different room.
Yeah, I think it's really loud on your side, actually.
Yeah, it's too loud today. Is it better now,
Yes, I don't know.
Ajit?
Yeah, not that much, but yes, it's okay. Can
Okay. So I should be fine because I've moved into the back side of the office and the doors are closed, so it should be better. Okay, so let's start with this. So this is the base file we have, everything, and we'll start with this. As usual, we will give the first prompt as what do you see in the project root? What do you see in the project root? So let's see. Last time when we asked it with VS Code, what do you see? It said, I see a README file, and it waited for us to ask it explicitly that uh, go ahead and read that README file and everything. So now when we ask it, I'll check what's in the project. It listed everything in the directory. It found a README file. So what it did is it went ahead and read that README file for us without we asking to read it. So based on the project root directory, I can see there is a task manager project that currently only contains a comprehensive README file. Uh, The README describes as follows: the current status and everything. It has plan structure for this, key features and everything. So the files and everything is yet to be created according to the detailed specification in the README file. So let's ask it to create the directory structure, create the structure for this. Okay, as per the file. We are already in the already in the
So we could also say create a first prototype of the app suggest, or
Mm, yeah, let's try that. We can say that, but it might go off track. But okay, if it goes off track, we can always
just it
go
was
back.
just a question, would be the easiest way. Just do it.
That would be the yeah. Just do it. So should we say that build a photo based on the files? Let's see. So it has now created its own thing. So it has started creating directories now. There is a to-do list over here. Okay, it has gotten into the directory, create directory structure, that is first create database schema and seed data, set up PHP backend configuration and video connection, implement RESTful APIs, create responsive HTML, and with priority, color coding and everything, build JavaScript app. So it's probably stuck somewhere. If we focus on the terminal, mkdir, okay, so it has now created the directory structure that we asked for. It doesn't have any files in it, like same as VS Code. It only created the structure. There is a schema file over here. Now it is adding the files as well. The schema is same. It doesn't have a user ID yet because it was not present in the
No, we didn't say it.
yeah, it was not present in the README file, so it doesn't have that. But when we ask VS Code to create a schema, it just created the table. uh, Cursor has created the data to insert into the table. So there will be some dummy data as well to begin with. So this is additional. This is what something Cursor has done on its own. If we move ahead, implement RESTful API endpoints. It has created these API endpoints. Now pay attention to the nomenclature. Both of them have used same nomenclature for the file: config, database PHP, response, task controller PHP. So these are basically coming from the README file, and they have followed it properly. Now let me create the JavaScript utilities and main function, main application, right? The good thing about Cursor is that it pays attention to the entire application at the same time instead of only doing the task that it is instructed to do. So if you are changing something in one place and if that affects something else on some other place in the code, it will either tell you that if you make this change, you have to make change at that other place as well, or it will go ahead and do that change for you. So since it has created a Docker file, there is a pop-up that we need to install a Docker extension, but we can skip it for now. We don't need it. And here on the bottom right side, it has 29% context used. Right now it is on 31%.
Okay.
Yeah, if you click on it, okay, it's just showing the percentage of context it has used. All right. So now it says it is ready to use on this particular URL, manual script, SQL, okay, API, RESTful, everything is there. The prototype includes all MVP features plus quality of life enhancement like search filter. It has already implemented all that of in support. The code follows best practices with comprehensive error handling, security measures, and clean architecture. So it has almost built uh, everything more than we did in 3 days with VS Code. All we have to do is go ahead and try it. So let's see if this works. This I don't think this will work because we'll have to start the server for this. Yeah, and we do not have the database connection yet. So
Okay.
MySQL, name of the database is task manager only. So here it shows the what it is thinking as well. Organizing Docker project setup. I need to run a project. So it thought for 21 seconds like ChatGPT did. I'll start the development environment using Docker, then verify the API is reachable. If Docker isn't available, I'll fall back to the PHP. So it says that. So now it's asking me if I can start it with PHP CLI. So I'll just allow it. Okay. So this is the front end we have. Okay. So this is the front end. So yeah. So this is the front end. UI looks much better compared to. Okay, it has added a dark and light mode on itself. We didn't ask it to do it. I don't think it is mentioned in the README file as well. So there is a dark and light mode. This is dark mode. This is light mode, and the text is. So it has a progressive, progress bar 0 of 0 task completed.
I don't know whether this is a progress bar or just a divider for the table of tasks.
Let's see. We'll add a task and see if it is working. So task title again the same. Task one description one medium priority. There is no. Okay, so 25, and again there is same problem that we had with time picker.
Yeah, Sure there was no time packer in the... No.
Probably it shows in Chrome like it used to. So let's see. 30 p.m. Tags comma separated. We'll leave it blank. Let's see if that is mandatory or not. So task added successfully. Okay. So here we have task due in 2 days. This is something it has built on its own. We didn't ask it to do it. The priority is medium. There is mark complete, edit and delete button. So let's click on delete. Or should we go and check the database?
Yeah, no, it has no connection to the database, I think. So,
Let's truncate all this first. And we didn't create the table according to, let's not truncate. Instead, let's create a new database. Uh, Call it, what was the name? Prioritize.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a question here. Basically, we
Yep.
uh, didn't ask AI change the UI
Mm.
or something. We just want it as it is. We are just expecting that everything will be as it is.
Yeah. The thing
Is it
is,
good? Okay.
the thing is with cursor, there is more, there is additional awareness of the program. With VS Code, it pays attention to the documents that it has and the content that it has, plus the prompt you have shared. With cursor, it has more of a view of the entire application, that it thinks in a way that you are going to deploy this application for the users who are going to use it. So it does as much as it can with very little input of prompts. So we have a README file, so it has entire idea of the whole application. And when we say that build this as a POC for me, proof of concept for me, so it went ahead and built an MVP. So for an MVP in the README file, whatever the features were mentioned, all those features were developed for us. Now, only thing we need to make sure that if the database it has asked us to create, if that is correct or not, that is created correctly or not. So we need to just run that
Because
schema file.
my my view in this case is this is only
Uh,
one page, right? And
yeah,
suppose we have a big application, web application having hundred of pages, and you want to create pages one by one with
okay,
module by module. So
yes.
how
Then we have
consistent?
to prompt
Because
it. We have to prompt it accordingly.
yeah, because this always gives us a trouble when there are hundred of pages with the same UI, same standards, um, the
Yes,
same backend and everything. So that will be a trouble for us if it is not working as per document.
exactly. So for that we have to make it step by step. But right now we went ahead and built everything. Now we can add everything step by step, like we did with VS Code. We haven't added the uh, authentication yet. That is not working.
So according to my understanding, if you will give me this README file, if I will try with VS Code or maybe Cursor, it will give another UI.
It should not give exactly entirely different UI, similar one, because you see these color patterns. This is something which is style of cursor is, because we haven't shared any uh, specific color theme or something like that. So it always assumes these color patterns. So no matter how many
Okay.
times we create it with a different system, this is something cursor has assumed on its own.
Okay, I will try it on my side after the course. We'll see.
Yes, yes, definitely.
I'll update you what's going on.
And do let us know, share the screenshots on the group, whatever is happening,
Sure,
so that we will
sure, I will.
understand things properly.
Yeah.
And okay, so what I did is, while we were discussing, I went ahead and created a new table, a new database called prioritize. Here is the table, and there is a table called tasks in it, which has these dummy entries, right? And even if we have those entries, when I go and refresh here, it doesn't fetch those entries directly into it. So the front
yeah,
end is not really
it says offline mode in the top row.
Yeah, it says offline mode. So, and there is no way. Do you see a way where you can toggle the mode? I don't see any way of toggling the mode. It's just light and dark thing. Okay. The changes will sync when connection is restored. You can just copy that. You can go to cursor and say that. How do we make it offline? Because we have set up everything now in the config thing. The database is connected. Okay, it keeps changing the table name from prioritize to task manager because it doesn't know that we have created table name prioritize database name prioritize. Okay, so I'll not accept this change. Let it be as it is. Now here are certain things that you need to take care while working with cursor. When you make any change manually, like we change the name of the table, you have to ask cursor to read that particular file to understand what change you have made. Because if you don't do that, it doesn't have that change in its own knowledge, and if it is not reading the file before it's making any changes, it will just reset whatever you have done to what it was before without even asking you anything. So it's a good practice to ask it to change the thing. As of now, this thing is to be done manually. Maybe with the improved version in the future, the moment you change something, it will be able to detect that change and understand it, so you don't have to ask it again to read. But for now, you have to ask it explicitly to go ahead and read that file. So now it says MySQL CLI isn't in the path. Let me try using apps MySQL path.
Yeah, here it tries to create task manager and not prioritize.
Yeah, he's trying to create task manager, correct. So great, the database was created successfully. Now let me import the schema. It has then went ahead and imported the schema, which we already did. I don't know what it did. So let's go ahead and refresh. So there's one prioritize, there's task manager. Okay, there's tasks. Okay, this is
The
as it is,
old
nothing has
one.
changed. And this is also as it is, there's nothing changed. So probably it
Yeah.
just ran the queries and nothing happened. Okay, so it says that perfect, the table already exists, which means the database is set up properly because we did that. Excellent, the API is working. It also tests the API with curl. So it did everything on its own. Let me check the remaining fetch calls. Okay, perfect. Now the front end should be able to connect with the API. We accepted the changes. You get online, refresh your browser. You just have to go and refresh that. Refresh, and now we are online. Okay, so all the tasks that are present in the backend, everything, all these tasks are now present. Now it says one of six tasks completed. So which one is completed? My video. Probably this is the
No.
one which is
Go
completed.
for a 30-minute walk.
Sorry.
Go for a 30-minute walk is completed.
Oh yeah, this one is completed because yeah, it's grayed out and everything is there. So we cannot click on it. Okay, we can click on it, and it is again this thing. Does it update the progress bar? Yes, 0 of 6 tasks. If you click on it, it does update everything. So it's real time. Is it also updating the backend? Completed. It has used 0 and 1 for this. So if we refresh, it has completed 3 tasks for us. So 1 is completed and 0 is pending. That's the logic. All right. So we have jumped way ahead of what we did last time. This is we took entire 2 hours of session to build step by step with cursor with VS Code, and with one prompt we just moved ahead 2 hours with cursor. So let's go ahead and should we test a little? Should we add a task? Task one, description one. So this is something we will add because rest of the tasks were added on its own. So 30, so 3 p.m. add task. So okay, it is adding after the last completed task, or are the tasks sorted? Okay, tasks are not sorted in a specific manner. I guess they are sorted based on the status. Did it add a new task? Let's refresh. Yeah, task one. Okay, so it has done that. Now we have to. Should we change this properly? Get it changed from cursor properly, or should we go for authentication directly?
Yeah, but it would be nice to just use one date time field where you get both
Okay.
inputs. Oh, it's not. Why separately in the SQL table? I think it's just one field for now.
Separately in the SQL table,
Yeah, I think it's one field.
it's one
View
field.
time. View time was a date time field.
Yeah, saved in the SQL table. Yeah. Okay. You change the database name back to prioritize in the config, which is fine since the match. We didn't ask it to read anything, but it detected that in the config file we changed the name back to prioritize. All right. Now let me implement a single datetime input. So while we are working on the testing the thing and everything, it is also keeping an eye on the console and the terminal updates. So these are the terminal updates. Just so this is what is happening in the terminal. So it is keeping an eye on the terminal as well while we are doing the development, and based on that, it can say I can see the terminal logs that the application is working perfectly. So if we do something and some error occurs in terminal, if it is printed in terminal, it will quickly detect that and take it as next task to work on it. So now I need to update the backend to properly handle the date time format. Let me check the current date time. So it is reading the schema file where the date time is mentioned. Okay. So it's not assuming things. It's just working accordingly. Perfect. The database schema already has due date. So now it is making changes in controller and utils, and now it is here. So if we click on it, we can see that now this is something we need to keep an eye with cursor. That if you click to focus, then it will focus on the terminal it is running everything on, and sometimes it comes back to the prompt, this prompt here, and just stays there for a while, and it's not actually processing anything in the background or waiting for something to happen. it is just not able to pick it up that this is the base prompt that we have, and we should be moving ahead from this. So sometimes you have to manually shift backspace or click on this to skip. So once you skip this process, it will start the next step. So excellent. The API was success, test was successful and everything, so it went ahead. If we had waited for it to finish that task, it would have just kept loading on that part. So sometimes with cursor, you have to be present for these kind of things. All right. So for now, we have used up to 50% of the context that is available for this particular chat, and let's see what it has done. We'll refresh. Click on it. 26. There is nothing. It's the same thing. Refresh. It didn't work. No. Let's try it on Chrome though. Maybe it will working. It will be working on Chrome. Okay. So on Chrome, it has this date plus time picker, but not on Firefox. Okay. So we can.
And now we could ask cursor why it's not showing the time picker on Firefox.
Yes, exactly. I'm on Firefox browser where it does not show me any time picker alongside the date picker. Okay, so maybe it will go ahead and implement the flag picker that we used with VS Code, or it will come up with something else. Let's see what it does. You're right, Firefox doesn't have a built-in time picker. Okay, inputs like Chrome does. Let me create a custom solution that works across all browsers. So it is making changes in the index. What change it did? Okay, it created two inputs. There are two forms. There is a task form, and then there is edit modal. So we did not even reach till edit yet, but it has edit modal in place. If you click on edit, it will not load everything in the form. It will create a separate. It has created a separate modal for that. And when we are asking to make a change into add form, it is also making the same change into edit, because obviously we are going to need that as well. So there is better contextual awareness with cursor than we had with VS Code. We also add responsive styling for mobile devices. I don't believe we asked for this. So let's check. In Firefox, let's refresh. Date and time picker is missing. Okay. Should we check on Chrome? Okay, here the time picker is present, but it's not one time picker. We wanted one. Okay. So it went ahead and picked up flag picker on its own. VS Code gave us options to choose from flag picker and one other library that was there.
Which date time selection?
Yeah. So stores as YMP format, HM format. Backend converts to MySQL datetime format. Displays shows smart relative formatting, due date and in 2 days and everything. Universal compatibility, better UX, professional look, accessibility and lightweight. Let's see. Okay, so if I click on it, it has a date picker here and a time picker here. So see 4:55. So that's probably AM. We don't know if it is AM or PM. So let's add a task. It's to description to my priority add task. So this is task 2. So uh, there is no fixed way of how it is inserting the tasks. We don't know how this list is sorted based on what criteria. So let's try these filters as well. So our priorities, we want to see only medium ones. So it is filtered. only pending ones. Only pending ones are there. Only completed ones. Okay, so it shows 3 of 11 tasks completed, but it shows only one here. Okay, one and medium. So all priorities and 3 tasks missing. Okay, so the filters are working. Anything else we need to test right now?
You could try to test the dark theme now. Not really important, but whether the daytime picker is also with a dark theme or not.
Like this?
For example. And it keeps the last used daytime here, or what is this?
I think yes, it keeps the last name unless we refresh it. Even if you refresh it, probably it's not changing anything. Okay, you have to really hard refresh it. Okay. We can ask that after the task is added on the fields including the see it says including the flat picker date time field. Let me fix this by updating the form reset functionality. So it knows that this particular field is not being reset by default.
Perhaps because it was added and it didn't change the reset for
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So now it has added the reset form here. So if we, I don't know, at if your end, are you able to control click on a function and reach that in VS Code, Ajit?
Need to add extensions.
Okay, need
Yeah,
to add extensions for that. Okay.
yeah.
Here, I guess I have not added any extensions in cursor, just the ones it needs to, function properly.
But in JavaScript, it works by default. Rest,
Yeah, but
if I use
in VS Code, it was not working in VS Code. It was I had to copy, select this, and then Control F, and I would have to jump through that
but
these things.
now in the current update, we have it.
Okay. Okay.
For
So
JavaScript by
yeah.
default,
Okay.
but
So
rest,
it is
rest of the languages it is not available.
okay. So it is stuck right now. We'll click on open in terminal. So we'll see what it is. Okay. It is definitely stuck. So we have to click on this, push it ahead, help him help cursor snap out of this process. Okay. So whenever there is a any task is done, cursor does produce a long slop of explanation of what it has done and what should be the how it works and how it has changed and everything. Like it is presenting you the feature it has added or the changes it has done. And I have tried multiple times to reduce this part from here to here, this part, and sometimes it works for some prompts and then it reverts back to the same thing. So this is something which is which becomes kind of uh, time taking for us to read through. After every small change, you have to read through the whole thing to make sure that whatever it has done is right or not. It is helpful when you are building complex features, but it sometimes becomes irritating to read through all that stuff. So let's see, just for the form reset thing, we'll refresh and add a task. Task 3, description 3, set up a medium priority. Um, the time is 03, let's say 15, and add task. Task is added. Where is task 3? Here is task 3. So it should be added think it is showing the high priority task on top, then the medium ones, and then the lower ones. That's how it is sorted. That's how the list is sorted. I think that's the way it is sorted. Okay. So we added the thing and it did reset everything to blank and empty. All right. Back to the night mode.
And now we could try to delete a task. What happens then? Is it also deleted in the
Yes.
database?
Yes. Let's try to edit task 2 first. Task 2, edit at 1, edit at 1, change to low priority and save changes. So where is task 2? Low priority means it has gone all the way bottom. Task 2 edited 1, the priority did not change. Okay, can edit it, change it to low priority. Okay, the priority did change. So edit is working. Let's try to delete a task. Flag picker test task. If we delete it, now it is asking. We had to ask VS Code to add a confirmation first, but it has added the confirmation, though it is ugly right now, just a simple plain alert. But there is a confirmation, so we can improve it. So let's click on cancel. Let's see what happens. Okay, nothing happened. So let's click on delete again and okay, and task deleted. So if we go to right now, we have how many tasks? We have okay, we have 12 tasks, and there was a flag picker task that we deleted, which is gone from this. There is no flag picker task, so it is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The task number 10, ID 10 is gone, so it's not doing the soft delete thing, right? It is just deleting everything directly from the table, which is not good. Okay, so deleting one thing is show proper box and hello. Second thing, it should be a soft delete. Now, ideally, since it is cursor, it should proactively go ahead and add a status column or something in the table itself, and then add all the existing uh, task a status which is active or live, whatever, and then implement the soft delete feature.
We can also have a deleted at column there.
Yeah, let's see if it adds that. So yeah, it has edited the schema. It has added deleted at column. So right now we are on the edge. We have used 98% of the context available for this particular chat, and we are about to go overboard. But we
What?
will keep going in this chat.
So we can see what happens if we get
Yes, just
100.
yes.
What's what's this? What did you do now?
So what it did is it we were at 98%, and probably with this particular prompt we went overboard. So it kind of purged the things that were not needed, and it has come back to 34%. So now we are at 34% of context capacity. So it has probably forgotten the earlier part that we have asked it to do. but the way it handles is it has sort of the code base it has in the project. That code base, the entire code is also saved in the memory locally. So even if it forgets the entire thing, it doesn't forget how the code is written, and it can always refer to the code to understand how the things are happening, and it will still continue. Since we have not given any explicit instructions in the initial part, it will probably not behave erratically and properly handle things. So let's. This is something. Here, something things will get interesting because we are in again into 41% into new context window. If it goes off track, then we'll have to bring it back on track with some prompts and re-instructing it about things. For some reason, it is implementing keyboard shortcuts for this. I don't know why. It was not in the README. We didn't ask it to do it. Now let me add the delete modal click outside functionality and update the keyboard shortcuts. So it is also executing the SQL commands for us to add tables and everything into the column, into the table, add columns into the table. So it is testing that as well through command line. So title, this tests soft delete is deleted at this particular thing. Soft delete is working correctly. Now let me verify that the task doesn't appear in the API. So now it has picked that up properly. So the deleted task should not appear in the API if the task is deleted. So it is invoking that particular task method. Excellent. The soft delete is working perfectly. Task ID 14 is not the API, not in the API response, confirming that the soft delete functionality has been implemented properly. Technical implementation. So it said you have to add a column of delete task. Let's keep all. Let's go to the database and let's see if it has added that column. Okay, so it has added this column at the end, deleted at, and task number 14 has a delete timestamp. And the logic it has implemented is if the deleted at column is null, then the task is still alive. So you can show it on the screen. If it has a deleted timestamp, then this task is done. This is deleted task, so you cannot show it on the screen. So test soft delete. This task should not be on the screen. If you refresh this, there are no tasks in the field. So this is the first time it has showed us that it can fail miserably. Now that the soft delete is working, there are no tasks displayed while read. The database doesn't have the deleted at columns set. There are null, and now query is filtering them out incorrectly. let me check the current database state and fix it. So it is now checking the database. Perfect. I can see the issue. The existing task deleted as is null, which means they should be visible. The problem is likely in our SQL query logic. The query looks correct. Let me test the API directly. API is running task correctly. Okay, it is returning task correctly. The issue might be in the front end. Let me check if there is a JavaScript error. Looking at the terminal logs, I can see the front end is loading successfully. Then where is the problem? Let me check the fetch task function. Looks correct. Let me check render tasks. It has made changes in this particular function here. So it is console logging stuff. Okay, it's console logging everything for debugging. Okay, this is a blob of console logs. It seems that it has. Is it repeating itself? Does it look like it is generating the same text over and over again? Okay, it has somehow ran that. I think we should intervene and ask it to stop whatever it is doing because it is running in circles. Should we let it run or should we intercept? Because it is getting somewhere, but it's running in circles a lot. Hopefully, it will remove all the debugging alerts now. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, the tasks are back.
అని వచ్చి
All right, so the functionality that we were testing is also working, and the tasks are
And
back.
if we delete a task now, what happens then?
Okay, so let's delete a task. Okay, there is a modal to delete a task, and
And you can cancel or you can cancel.
oh, you can only cancel that.
బ్లీడింగ్
Okay, let's delete, and you can only cancel.
So,
This is nice. So what we can do is we can take a screenshot of this. Let's try this with cursor. Let's paste it. Can you see what is the problem with this screen?
press any key to continue or any other key to stop.
Are you sure you want to delete this? Oh, there is a delete task button here, which is hidden. See it only when you hover over it.
Maybe the CSS is wrong in that button.
And
Yeah,
if
CSS.
you press on it, what happens?
The task is deleted.
చేయడం వల్ల
So let's go
క్యాన్సర్
back
ముదిరిపోయే
and
అవకాశం ఉంది.
refresh.
సో జాగ్రత్తగా గమనించండి.
Okay, so this task was deleted. Task number 12, form reset test. So it says agent completed. What did it find out? Is that, can you see what's wrong with this screen grab? Looking at the screen, I can see the delete confirmation model is working perfectly. However, there is one issue I noticed. The due date is showing as object instead of formatted date. This is happening in the task preview section. I can see the issue. The format date function is not returning, so it's not going for the button. Found the issue. Returns the text. After is perfect. Due date will be displayed. Okay, but it didn't work on the button itself.
Okay, it
Let's
found
see.
an error we didn't see.
Yeah. So let's just refresh and click on delete. It's the same thing. It is now showing this properly, but this button is still like it's the same thing. So let's ask it specifically to click on the button, and also the model should be in the center of the screen, like this one is, not on the left side. The model should be in the center of the screen. What's the name of that button? What's written? Yes, delete task. And delete task button is. So we don't have to specify the delete modal has to be in the center. Since we are working with the delete functionality and it is we are showing it that it has understood, it will understand that we are talking about the delete modal itself. Let's see. Okay, but the button is still problematic. The modal is open by default. Not able to close the modal. So if I click on yes delete, it doesn't delete anything. Okay, now that's a bug. I can see the issue. The modal is opening on page load and the buttons aren't working. Let me fix that. One thing, I don't know if it is noticed by both of you or not, but when we are working with VS Code and also we are working with Cursor right now, everything we do is a chain of thought, right? We don't have to ask it to explain anything. It works, and alongside that, it explains what it is doing. So first it says found the issue for the CSS, this particular problem, then it will go ahead and solve that problem, and then let know it also goes ahead and solve other problems. Actually, let me use a better approach. So it added two lines, then here it added only one line. Okay, let's refresh. What is hidden? If you click on delete, it is in the center, but the button is still invisible. Task 2, if you click on it, it is deleted, but it, okay. So the button issue is not resolved. Only the button visibility issue is
Pile
so I ask it to get rid of the hover effect and show the red button as it is because we don't need a hover effect for the button. Should we check the same on Chrome meanwhile it's changing the code? Let's click on delete. Yes, here is we have same problem. So it has added important to everything on the delete button, delete modal. See if that has worked. Nope. Control Shift R, that is hard refresh. Delete. Oh, it is still the problem is still there. So now we will have to. What is that button? Confirmation delete this particular thing. This button. Print it here. What changes should we do? Transition. Is there a hover delete confirm button? Background bar danger color. It's actually it does have a danger color. That's the thing, but it is not. Should we change to bar color? See, yeah, the button is there. I mean, the text has come back, but the color is not. It's grayed out.
So the color of the text was white and the background was white and the button was not shown.
That's the problem. So when I said
CSS.
this, yeah, it was the CSS problem. So let's put red over here. See what happens. So it's nothing. This is better actually. If you hover over it, it goes red. But if it could go background, where no, it is by default somehow. Is this not a button? Is it a div that it has converted it into button? Where is the index page? Yep. So this was the problem. Okay. So we just broke our first rule that we will not write a single line of code by our hand, but it was fixed. Should we go back and
So we couldn't fix this with Cursor AI. You
uh,
had to search and fix it yourself.
no, actually, I found the issue, and with the like the habit of a programmer, I just found the issue and I fixed it, and then I realized I have cursor in at my disposal to make it fit. So I just did Control Z, and no, So I just did Control Z, accept all everything. Everything is same now. Let's just uh, ask cursor to fix it. Under this function in CSS, the background can be red and color can be black to fix this issue. Yeah. So now it's going and updating the forward state as well. So now it's updating that in the dark mode version in that CSS. So let's refresh, click on delete. Okay. So now it is fixed in the dark mode version. If we click on it, okay, it's the same here. What happens if we click on delete on one of the completed ones? Click on delete, it still lets you delete that. Okay, I guess that's fine. If it is completed, then it's okay to delete. Does it let you edit? Yes. Okay. If you edit, does it come back to task edited one? Some changes, task updated, but it stays deleted. I mean, stays the same. Okay. So edit, update, delete, and mark, and everything is working. We need to have a better UI for this. Better UI. We still haven't shared any color palette or anything with it. Ajit, are you trying out the same thing in parallel?
Yeah, little bit.
Okay, because I hear your keyboard clicking.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you have any output you can share?
Not really. It's working. I'm just doing the same thing in VS Code, but not
Okay.
exactly this project.
Okay.
I have something in my mind.
Okay.
If I get something better, I will share.
Okay, sure. So is it working in the same way Cursor is doing for the longer things, like create this particular POC for me, and it went
Yes,
ahead and
yes, yes.
created everything.
Yeah, it is
It's,
working.
it is working like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we try and refresh while it's developing it? form is messed up for sure. Let it finish. These are typos. So it's also checking for the linting errors. So it says it is done redesigning it, improved accessibility, dark mode support it already had. So let's refresh. Okay, so this is task flow. Organize your life one task at a time. Did this come from README or it just wrote it on its own?
It's rotated on its own.
Okay, very cool. Then the form is spacious now, but you have to scroll way too much to reach the tasks because form and the title space it has taken too much space on the screen. You have to scroll down way too much, right? So that is something that needs to be worked on. Should we fix this part or should we go for the user authentication and then come back and fix this in the next session?
I think we should fix this and then move to the
User authentication.
topic.
Okay. The UI looks good, but I have to way to reach the tasks and side by side and task. This. So I am hinting towards creating a side by side thing and asking it to collapse the completed tasks to save the screen on space because even if it is completed, it just takes the same amount of space on the screen. So that makes us scroll even further down. So let's see. It seems that it is adding collapsible functionality in parts. It's adding the functionality, then it's updating the DOM elements.
Your project is in www directory, that exact
My
server, or
my project,
the www directory or htdocs directory?
it's in www.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm using AMP server, not WAMP.
And
This one. Yeah, this one.
okay.
Because XAMPP is somehow not compatible with the Windows anymore. There's some issue every other week. It just collapses,
Yeah, Zach
and
has a problem.
yeah, and WAMP server somehow I was not able to get it working on my system, so I just removed everything. And this was the third option that I had, so it's working since a couple of months now properly. So on my previous laptop, I was using XAMPP, which was working fine. I
Okay.
bought this laptop in June. Since I have moved to this laptop, somehow I am not able to work with XAMPP or WAMP. So AMP is the better option for me. Okay, so it says no more long scrolling. Let's refresh. Okay, so here is new task. These are your tasks. This is still the same, and the progress bar is here, which kind of kills the point of having a progress bar. So what it does is it shows completed task, and there is this button. What happens when you click on this button? Oh, okay, it opens the completed task. So it has sorted out all the completed tasks in a, I said collapsible, but it has sorted it separately and put it into a collapsible whole thing. Okay, this is also fine. This will also work for now. So six pending tasks. can ask it to reduce this space as well. Ajit, for VS Code, when you ask it to develop an entire MVP or entire section of the project, like we did just now, how is the contextual awareness of overall project?
Now it still looks good. It's not reading the context.
It's
Is
not.
Ajit understandable for you? Because I don't
No, no.
understand him. It's
His voice is very low.
looks like he is sitting 10 meters away from the microphone.
Yeah,
Oh, now it's audible better.
yeah, it's better.
No, it's better.
Let me change the microphone settings. Just a minute. Audio settings.
Yeah, it's better now, Ajit.
Hello.
Yes, Ajit.
With VS Code, actually, I was working with VS Code since long time. So,
Mm-hmm.
as per the application which you are developing, I have already started side by side. And
Okay.
same with like you have a README file. I have created a README file, and then I have not gone through like first without authentication or anything. I have directly started everything with authentication, database, and migration sensor. So for
Okay.
now, it has created a login page for me,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, it's still working. It has given me some schema updates, but I don't know how to. It has created the standalone server with PHP,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how it will connect with my PHP my admin from WAMP. That's what I'm looking for currently. But overall, the login page which I see in the first look is actually good. I will keep on updating you. The next step is completed. Once I get login, then I can share
Yes.
the screen or some screenshots.
Yes, sure. We can do that.
Or
And meanwhile, yes, maybe.
maybe I can just put a simple photo on WhatsApp.
Yeah, you can do that. The edit model is out of alignment, so we'll take a screenshot for that. This needs oh, it looks nice.
This is in the center of the screen.
It's very clean and clear. So uh, it's the same color schema as cursor,
Correct.
right? It's
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be patent color schema used by cursor, and it's using the same thing. So probably it is coming from the AI model that it is working with for UI. So
Yeah.
maybe it is GPT-5 or something like that. So that by default it assumes that this should be the background color, this should be the color schema. Because if you see our application, we also have the same color schema.
Yeah.
The buttons are in same fashion, the gradient and everything is exactly the same.
I don't understand why it gets two different forms, one for add task and one for edit task.
Yeah,
For me,
this,
this is a total defect UI.
yeah, no, that actually the thing is to edit, it's better to have a model like this or pop up like this and to edit things quickly. Because if you add a task into the same add task thing here in this part, then you have to make a lot of changes to the code because you have to change this button, you have to make it update, and the same button has to be updated depending on what task we are doing. So this is more code to manage. Having a separate model is less number of lines to manage, and if you decide to add add some control, that while adding you can add even to 3 or 5 different parameters, and while editing if you just want to edit 3 of them, then you can control that in a different model instead of changing and disabling stuff into this add form and then resetting it again. So this is less code to manage if you create a new model instead of adding the same thing into this. So this is coding process wise or something, and this is a smart move to do if you have a separate model for edit, which actually it has done on its own without us asking it properly. So there are visual improvements it is saying. Let's see if the model is okay. So the task is there, description is a text input. Initially the task was a text input as well. So this is a text input now, text area. Then priority and date and time. So it has changed a lot of stuff. The day night mode is not working now. Light and dark mode, that is not working now. So we can add. Is that VS Code, Ajit? That's what is making this
Yeah.
noise.
Correct.
Okay, right. So should we go ahead and add the authentication thing? Yeah. So instead of asking it to do things step by step, I'm just throwing the authentication module onto it that you need to add this to the model. Let's say if it makes proper changes into table, adds proper. Okay, so the authentication is working for you. Nice. And you didn't write a single line of code for this, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Uh,
So you're getting a lot
Currently,
of it.
to reach till here, I have used four prompts.
Nice. Are the prompts long enough or just short ones?
Uh, Two prompts are 3 lines and two prompts are single lines. There is one prompt which I by mistakenly just undo the change the things. So I asked it to
Okay.
redo the.
Okay. So the table that it has created for the user, it has lot many fields than it was with the VS Code. With VS Code, it just had a ID, a username, and a password.
Also in my
And
case, the table ID, username, email, and password.
yeah, in at your end, in your project, right?
Yeah, in my project.
Okay. So it has added first name, last name, avatar
No,
URL, that is user's photo.
no, it has not
Yeah,
added.
more fields. And since we ask it to implement soft delete for the tasks,
Mhm.
it has created a tiny int with is active, so that if we in future ask it to delete some users, it should be able to do it in a soft delete way. So
In my
automatically it is
case,
tracking the last login. Yes.
the soft delete suggestion is about it is just adding a deleted at timestamp field. If it is
Yeah.
null, the user is
Yeah.
active. If there is
Yeah.
a hit time, then it is deleted at that particular time.
Okay. So it has done same thing with this,
Yeah,
uh, with the task table. It has added a deleted at column, and then if that column is null, then task is displayed. If it has a timestamp, then it is not displayed.
yeah.
And it also has created a demo user. It will hopefully it will give us the password of that user as well, because this string is probably it's a bcrypt encryption.
So we can't log in with this demo user because we don't know the password.
How if it shares the password with us here into the chat, then we can log in. Probably it will share it at the end of the whole thing. But it has created a user for us, which is username is demo underscore user, and the password is this. We can definitely use this password, but let's hope that it will share that password with us, or we'll have to create one on ourselves. So now it is updating the show method, because every task needs to be associated with ID. Sorry. So it has edited that part.
So you said the password was in the chat somewhere? Because I did
It's
not see it.
no. I did not set it. I am hoping that at the end of this task, cursor will share the password with us in plain text that this is the password I have set.
Maybe.
Yeah, because if it doesn't, then we'll have to ask it to change the password and give it a password that this should be the password of the user. So it is implementing that ID everywhere. So it's taking care of the association of task with the ID automatically. I am actually waiting to see if it can update the table of tasks, this table, because it has added in the schema, it has added a user ID column, but it has not inserted it here yet. But if it
Hmm?
inserts it, will it also update the user ID into that column or not? I just want to say that. Did you get it, Thomas? Or was it?
Hmm?
Did you understand this?
Oh, no,
Or
I didn't
was
see
it?
it.
Oh, okay. So I'll show you again. So here, let me show you the schema file. In this file, we have a task table which we created earlier. It
Yeah,
has added
yeah,
this user ID column, right?
yeah,
And this user ID is basically the foreign key for this. Okay, now this is self-explanatory. I don't have to
yeah,
explain it.
sure.
Yeah, you know all these things. So
And
now it is in the schema file. Now I want to see when it updates that into this, this table of tasks. The user ID is not yet added, but when it will run that SQL query and add that column into this table, I want to
mm,
see if it also
it
adds
looks
the
like
ID
also
of the user.
user stable is not added.
Yeah, that table is also not added. So when that is added and this column is added, I want to see if it also adds the ID of that user for all these tasks. Does it associate this task or not? Because with VS Code, it it left all the users with before authentication, it left all the tasks with ID 0.
Uh,
So all these tasks were in the system but were not displayed on the screen.
I know, this is the old one, okay.
Yeah. So let's see if it does that. So it has create authentication front end component. Let me create the authentication component first. So it has created a login form. Okay, login, register, username, and email. So we have probably crossed the context window 2 or 3 times during this chat. So it's on the last item of the to-do right now. Ajit, how many chats you have used till now for this? One single
Single.
chat.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were able to build the SQL table, the UI for login, and the authentication system, right?
Yes. Yes. It is creating the SQL table with the help of PHP code
Okay.
directly. Yeah. So I
And
don't
it
have
is
to
also
copy paste. Mhm.
yeah, it is also running the script, that PHP script, so it is all
Yes.
inserted into the
Yes.
table, right?
Exactly.
And which model you are using? Can you see?
I have kept it on auto mode and it has automatically selected Cloud Sonnet 4.
Cloud Smartphone. Yeah, that's the difference, I guess.
Maybe, but I still believe if I could have manually select ChatGPT 5, I could have get better and better structure of the project. I don't like the structure what it has created.
Then try doing it. Select on
Yes.
ChatGPT 5 and ask it to change the structure of the project.
No. I will just try to change the structure with Cloud Sonnet only. I just want to see what it has actually. I have experience with ChatGPT 5. Model,
Okay.
but let's see about this one. With Cloud Sonnet, I have a very bad experience. Basically.
What exactly like?
Like I was about to create some documentation for our project, and it was
Mhm.
around I think 166 classes, right, Thomas?
Hmm? Once again, please.
Our project has 166 classes, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, should should be more. I think it's only in the Exchange
Just yes,
library.
just for Exchange library, wherever the Exchange code is there, we have filtered that there are 166 classes which has Exchange
Wow.
library, used Exchange library.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to create some alternatives and a proper documentation where we can easily uh, read it with the HTML files like a small application, migration application. So that
Right.
was the idea, and I started with the first class, and after four classes, it just doing whatever he wants,
Yeah.
not listening to anything. And same
So,
thing, just to compare, I
mhm.
just switched with ChatGPT 5. That time, ChatGPT 5 was not available in Copilot. When it
Okay.
came, I just given a try with the MD file which I have created for the cloud song, and it has
Okay.
successfully processed, I think, 50 classes without changing any UI in any page.
Wow.
Consistent. So
Wow.
that was the thing. Maybe Cloud Sonnet 4 was not that improved at that time, but I
Mhm.
don't know. Yes, this was the experience, and I have literally wasted my 10 days behind it. So that is 10 days are too much.
Yeah. So vibe coding doesn't actually, reduces the time of development. It just takes away the fatigue of typing the code, long
Yeah,
hours of coding. That's it.
yeah. But
You
one
still
thing,
have to sit. Yeah.
but one thing I can say that I have learned a lot for prompting at that point. It was just an
Yeah.
HTML page I was creating, but I understood how this models reacts, how to stop them, where to stop them. So that was the experience which
Right.
I learned from that particular thing.
It's more of a junior developer relationship kind of a thing. Once you sit with
Yes.
the person for a couple of days, you understand how it behaves, how it reacts to
Yeah.
certain kind of problems and something like that. And then you try to make do with whatever you have. So more
Correct.
time you spend with an AI model, you start understanding the model as well. So
Yeah.
prompting becomes easier.
What is Cursor using in the background? Which kind of AI?
All the AI that your Copilot has. If you see here, if I turn off the auto mode, I don't know if I should do it or not because it is working. So let's turn off the auto mode right now. So right now it is working Cloud Force on it. It also has this. GPT-5 Core Supernova, GPT-5 Codex. Uh, I'll just keep it on auto mode and I'll show you the profile.
Do you know the difference from GPT-5 to GPT-5 codex?
GPT-5 and GPT-5 codex are basically the codex has a better understanding with this the context because it reads the binary better. That is the main thing. And codex is used mostly with the media and that kind of stuff instead of just using it with GPT with the text only. That is the major difference.
So codex is better for working with code. Did I understand
Yeah,
this right?
yeah, that is actually the thing. It's what what happened. Why they did task is here. Okay, anyways, we created a register login thing. Did it share any password with us?
Uh, did it create the user and the password on the table?
Let me check that as well. Did it create?
Otherwise, it doesn't need to share it with us.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. Did not create anything. Let's. Uh,
I will share
let's
one
try.
photo. I just have a look. After login,
Yeah,
it takes me to Task Manager, and this
yeah.
is the UI it has been given.
Okay.
In the first row, basically.
Yeah,
But my prompt is well defined with the context what I want.
yeah,
With
yeah.
You
the
could
columns.
could try
Huh?
to work with web.whatsapp.com, then you can just get a screenshot and don't have to use your phone to copy the screen.
Oh, but
Yeah.
where should I paste it? I don't think so. I can paste it in GoTo.
You can paste it in WhatsApp as it is.
No, no, not WhatsApp, but in the GoTo this meeting. So that's the reason I'm putting it on the phone.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can directly take a screenshot in my machine and then paste it in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's try this.
Update.
So I cannot send it.
Cannot send it.
No, I cannot send anything in the chat. I can just send text.
Hmm?
Yeah, I said you did not update the SQL table. I should have said you did not add the user table into the database. Okay. We are again about to overflow the context window. We are 90%. We are at 90% again. You can see. Yeah. Okay. You could copy a screenshot and put it into chat on WhatsApp. Okay, it's taking some time. Let's stop it here right now and create a uh, new chat. and without giving any prior context. Let's see if it works this way.
They're using WhatsApp web, I think.
Yeah, I guess Thomas is using WhatsApp web.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I did use it on my computer.
If I use WhatsApp a bit more often, it's too much work to just do it with a phone.
Yeah, the web UI is more subtle and easy to use compared to the phone. And if you are on iPhone, WhatsApp is recently it has become very buggy with the new update.
Thomas won't use iPhone. He's Android lover.
I
Cool.
don't I don't like apples where other people already eat something from.
Okay.
No, iPhone, everyone says it's a better phone and also the computers are the better computers, but I never use them and I think it will not change. If I want to change my operating system, I would switch to some Linux, but not to
macOS.
Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have used a MacBook for 10 years, 9.5 to be specific. And when it finally died as in, the Apple started giving any updates to it, even the browsers were outdated.
Yeah.
So it stopped functioning with everything. So it is now in its last stand since last almost 8 9 months that I have installed Linux on it, on the MacBook that I have,
Nice.
and it is still functioning. All the browsers and everything is working properly. Whatever the Linux applications are, they are working properly.
Ubuntu.
So
I think you have
yeah,
installed. Yeah,
Ubuntu I
that's
have
nice.
installed on it. So that's the best OS, probably better than Mac.
You can also install Windows on it if you want.
Yeah, I can now. I can install Windows on it. But I guess if I have had to install Windows, then I wouldn't have bought a new laptop for that after that MacBook. But uh, with Ubuntu, it works very well. Works better.
Ubuntu is always nice. Nice operating system. It's
Yeah,
better than
very stable.
macOS.
Better than Mac. Better than Mac and way better than Windows.
Yeah, way better than Windows.
Okay, we have to interrupt. Okay, now it says that it has created the table and everything. Let's see. No table in it. It's not creating tables. Okay, it is asking me to run the command. Okay. It says that you run the command. So I'll just run this file. So it says the table prioritize users doesn't exist because obviously it was not created. Let's copy. I guess we have to manually add the table on it. Okay, it says demo user foreign key doesn't exist. Oh, okay. So it has three users now: demo, admin, and test user.
So it creates the users after you created the table.
Yeah. So for some reason the task table is empty now. I don't know why. We had task associated. It is completely gone. It has dumped the entire table, and it was supposed to add a new user ID into the table, but it has not added that. So what I'll do is I'll add it manually, like we did with VS Code. And let's say it is 11 digits long. We set it one, save it. Hmm, now I've added that. Okay, so let's go and refresh. Does it make any change? Let's call it. Let's click on register, login. Nothing happens. So basically, this whole thing is frozen. Let's try to add a task. Task one, task two, low priority, and task was added successfully. And for some reason, we are in offline mode. The whole thing is frozen. Task carried successfully, but we're still in offline.
Also not shown.
Yeah, nothing is shown, and I don't think it added anything in the backend as well. Nope, nothing was shown. And what is this doing here?
Yeah, I think the login is also not running. And without a logged in user, you should not be able to
Yeah, you're
create
not
a task.
right. So I guess we have to restart the server, backend server. Or is it running at two places? Is that the problem? So that's the problem. Okay, so it implemented uh, the fetch and insert and edit part for the authentication sake. It added the user ID and everything, but it did not execute the SQL commands for this to accommodate the change in the database, and it did not create the login screen. It did create a login form, but by default, it is not loading. It's not showing that form. It's just showing the default screen that we have. So probably it has not implemented the sessions for that. Shall we wrap up the session for now and continue tomorrow with the same thing because we are 20 minutes ahead of our time.
Oh, we can do this.
Basically, just want to update on what I was doing here.
Okay,
I have completed the crude process of task edit, create, edit, delete thing.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And yeah, what I have experienced yesterday when we have started this the thing which we are when you are editing it and saving it, it is creating a new entry, and those all the errors are not there. So
Yeah,
good luck that in the first go everything is working.
very good. That's a very
and
good
the,
thing to.
and the model is still Cloud Sonnet, and my
Okay,
prompt is ninth prompt now.
okay,
Yeah.
very cool. So you're getting there very quickly.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a good thing to know.
It has created the standalone server with PHP in a path.
Okay, okay,
But database is from RAM.
okay. So now backend is working, front end is working, but we have not implemented the API endpoint not found.
It's just like see that there's this there is one in a place.
Okay, so maybe we just have to.
think, Thomas, we should stop for today.
Hmm? What do you say, Ajit?
I think we should stop for today. Wrap up for today, I guess.
Yeah. If
Then we can have.
Akshay wants to know it, he can try and
Ah,
explain it tomorrow to us.
uh-huh.
No, we'll do it. We'll continue as it is tomorrow. Whatever the solution is, we'll figure it out together. Because somehow it is not able to get the UI right, or probably redirect to a right screen, something like that. Because it has just changed the front end URL. It is somehow
Which
we were using this
model?
URL with the amps. It's with the GPT. This is Claude 4 Sonnet.
Oh, okay. Same models we are using.
Yeah,
better.
And also we can have a look what I have made tomorrow.
yeah, no problem. We can do that. You can just walk us through the process entirely what you have done.
Yeah. Even I will also stop doing this now. So
Okay.
can just do it tomorrow. And also I will share my read-only file with you. So we
Yeah.
can create a new project with it. Let's see how it behaves.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just update the README file and close it.
I'll also do the same.
All right, Thomas. Should we wrap up?
Okay, we stop for today.
Okay. And tomorrow we continue from where we are right now.